Hey guys, Rich Yoder here, Yellowstone Post Frame. Today I stopped by the Rockwol booth here at the NFBA Show, and I'm here with omarr.cantu, and we're going to go ahead and talk some Rockwol. I want to get more info on it. I wanted to show you guys more info on it, when to use it. You know, it's very good for barndos and good for anything, and it's an alternative to spray foam. Cheaper, probably better. Some of the cons and there's a lot of pros to it. There's really almost no cons. I was trying to think of cons, I couldn't think of any. So
I can't either.
Yeah, that's good. So
I've been at this for a while, so I can't think of anything wrong with going the Rockwol way. So.
Yeah. All right, so he's going to give me some info on it. I'm going to ask some questions.
Sure.
So anyway, give us, what makes Rockwol better than like bat insulation and stuff like that?
Well, it is. We do have a bat insulation. It's going to be a comfort bat. So for the residential types of builds, primarily what you're going to find is Comfort Board 80, which is for continuous exterior insulation, subroofs. Under your you could do it under your slab.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of different ways you could do it. Comfort Bat is going to be for the thermal resistance and for also sound deadening. And then you have Safe and Sound, which is specifically for sound deadening on the insides of houses. So as you know, with barndos, they're big tin cans at the end of the day, right? They're loud, they're echoey. You've got these big, tall ceilings, these long floor plans. So, and then to add all of, make things even worse, you encapsulate the whole thing in metal, right? Which is reverberates and reflects acoustics. So essentially, if you put the Safe and Sound in different strategically within your interior walls, it's going to make that place really quiet and really it's also going to have like more of a premium feel.
Gotcha. Yeah. And
you're not going to hear the hailstorms and none of that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. What's the advantage to like the efficiency of heating and stuff, like for the R value and all that? Yeah,
so Rockwol has an R value of 4.2 per inch. So for each inch of thickness, you're going to add in a 4.2 on it. But what's great about it is that it's fire resistant. So it's going to be fire resistant. It's water resistant. It is mold, mildew, fungus resistant naturally because it is made out of rock. So there's actually no food source directly inside of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's also it's vapor open, so it's got a 30 perm rating. So it's very open for vapor to be able to be diffused outside of the structure itself, to be able to condense on the outside instead of actually inside of the walls, right?
Oh, okay.
So that's another great point of it. Let's see, what else is there? Sound deadening, water resistant. So because it's naturally water resistant, we treat it with a mineral oil based binder, which it gives it its water repellency. So essentially, this is great for bulk water management. It's just an awesome all around product. What I like to say to people is that, other insulation types all have purposes, right?
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that stone wool, Rockwol, is the only one that actually checks every single one of the boxes, right? There is no give or take to be able to make it, And I know this also doesn't make sense for you guys up in Wyoming, but down where I'm from, Texas, man, termites eat everything, right?
Oh, yeah, that's another, So
it's also naturally termite and rodent resistant.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so mice, though, yeah, I like that. I think it's a great product for barndos, especially. You can get a lot more, like you said, sound deadening. I feel like you can get more R value in a cavity too than you could with bat. That's kind of what I've been seeing. Is that true?
More R value. So it just kind of depends, right?
Like efficiency.
It depends on if you're going 2x4, 2x6, 2x10, 2x12. It's just kind of, it all depends.
Yeah.
So we have R value. We have material that has R value as low as R13, as high as R38, and of course you can always stack it up as you need, right?
Yeah.
So whatever type of build you're trying to achieve, especially up in the cold climates of Wyoming, there's all different types of ways to build.
Yeah, I know we've stuffed it into post frame cavities, and we've got up to R23, I think, in there.
Yeah.
And I know with bat we're like R19 usually, so that's helped a lot. But yeah, I like the fire. You get the firewall, you get the water. It's not, like you said, it's not going to get damaged if you get a little bit of a leak.
Correct. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So yeah, I think the sound and all that, and it's, a lot of people have been going, spray foam became the buzz for a while, but that's also super pricey. So I feel like this is a great,
cell, correct?
Yeah, this is a great option for like barndos or shops to get your sound, your R value, your efficiency, and you don't get like all the mold like spray foam can do, some of that stuff. So I believe it's a great option, honestly. Another
thing that a lot of people kind of overlook is the fact that because it's been out of rock, it has virtually no off gassing.
Oh yeah.
Right. So the spray foam off gases. I mean, we all know that.
Yeah.
And the way that spray foam works is that it's not the actual foam itself that's actually doing the insulation. It's the little air pockets on the inside, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a material that's going to naturally, it's going to off gas over time. Over time, you're going to be losing that R value, right? So it's going to drop in its R value over time. We've got studies. There was a case study that was from a build an airplane hangar that withstood 67 cold Copenhagen, Denmark winters, 67 years, and had zero degradation to its R value or its structural integrity. It was all the way up to the friction fit, all the way up to the top of the rafters, just like it looked when it was first installed 67 years prior.
Yeah.
So, and exact same R value, right? So it just kind of shows the longevity of it.
Yeah, I think as a builder too, or if you're installing it, we all know that like bats, itchy, they're horrible. You hate working with them. This stuff I've never had that.
Yeah, I mean
it's definitely like you can,
I mean it's scratchy, right? But it's not
going to
you take a shower. You don't have to. You take a shower and the particles fall off of you. It's not like you have to like. Make best friends with a roll of duct tape. You know what I mean? So it's fun to use.
Yeah. So I think that's something I like. Thanks for the info on that.
Absolutely. And I can show you the backside.
Yeah. Let's flip it around.
This is what continuous exterior insulation would look like. So this is going to give you a fire hardening for the outside of the home, bulk water management. It's going to add OITC, so your outdoor-indoor sound transmission. So this is
on the outside.
You're no longer going to be able to hear your planes, trains, and automobiles, right? And then
turn it around.
We swap it around, are we still on camera?
Yeah, we're rolling.
So on this side, this is comfort bag. So essentially on this side, this is what the inside cavities of that exterior wall would look like. Pro tip. If you do run your electrical cables or any mechanicals or PEX tubes, things like that, if you run those at 47 inches off of the bottom plate, then this is just going to slide right in there and be able to. You won't have to cut into the material, right? So it makes it super fast for install. Gotcha. And then if you have any discard, right, because you have to trim it up and go around your mechanicals and stuff. You can just
put that
right there, and you're good to go. You don't have to. It just it reduces the amount of waste, right? So.
Yeah, I feel like on bat insulation too, it can get kind of flat over time. This holds the shape better.
Sure,
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so this is definitely I feel like this is the way to go for barndos and shops.
I believe that too, man. I think it's a great, definitely a viable option. I'm personally a little biased, right? I love the brand and everything, but other than that, I mean, I think it's just there is no other insulation type on the market that does what Rockwol does. It checks every single one of the boxes, and it's when you're going to have a major investment, right? It makes sense. So we're about 30% more expensive than, let's say, like a fiberglass, right? However, on the flip side, it's never going to compress over time. It's going to be in there for pretty much, the life of the building, pretty much. It's when you're looking at holistically, when you're looking at an overall build budget, your overall build budget is about almost 2% of that budget goes towards insulation.
Yeah.
Yet insulation equates for 75% of your wall assembly, right?
Yeah.
So if you're paying a little bit more here and there, I think it makes perfect sense for the longevity of that particular build.
Yeah.
Plus, it just makes everything way more comfortable.
Yeah, and when you're building a home, you never want to skimp on it. So, yeah, I think definitely, like you said too, you know, if you're building a Barndo, you might as well spend the extra money. It is a little bit more pricey, but you're not gonna ever regret it, I don't think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, you know, a lot of people don't want to spend, you know, like I said, there's a time and place for everything, but you know, and I think even spray foam, but it's just super costly and what it does, and like this, I kind of like what you explained about how this keeps its, whenever you put it in, it's going to keep that, and you can expect it to keep it probably for the duration of that home. So
I mean, at the end of the day, we want to elevate the industry, right? We want to do better, and we want to push building science as far as we can, and we want to improve the way that we build, because at the end of the day, we're building for people, right? So we are impacting the daily lives of families that are out there. So we want to make sure that they're going to have a safe, comfortable, efficient place to you know, grow their families, you know, and that's what I love doing what I do, because we actually, at the end of the day, we are impacting people out there.
100%. Yeah, that's what drives me too. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the product, or?
That's I think we covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it kind of answered my questions.
Yeah. You want to check out the sound deadening?
Yeah, we can check that out.
Yeah.
We're gonna check this out.
All right. So some of the things that we discussed, right, is going to be fire resistance, right? So right over here we've got the firebox, right? This is the demo. So this is going to be Comfort Board 80 right here. I think this is going to be about an inch. And over here, what's really cool about this is that on this side we're at, I mean, hell, let's go ahead and turn up the flames. Let's cook it, right? So we're at about 1100 degrees right there. Nice, glowing hot. However, what you're going to notice is, check this out. The backside is cool to the touch. It absorbs all that heat.
Yeah, that is.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So the other thing we're going to show you is sound tests. So trade shows are notoriously loud. You got people talking, moving all over the place. We're at roughly about 78 decibels without me blabbing on, right? But if you look at over here, pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna reduce the sound by roughly about 25 to 35 decibels, depending on the STC rating of that particular wall assembly. If anybody out there needs STC wall assembly ratings for a home theater or Barndo or whatever, or podcast recording studio, whatever you guys need, reach out to me. You can link my contact information. I'd be happy to help anybody out there. So that kind of gives you an example of that. This right here, we got fluffy rock floating in a vat of water. If you notice, the contact point, of course, is going to be wet, right? But this has been soaking in there for pretty much, you know, the entire show. So that water will not wick into the actual material and become mushy, similar to other insulation types that are out there. And, you know, I mean, dude, cuts just like toast. Super easy to work with. So there you go.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. That's pretty cool stuff that they did with the fire and the sound and the water. Thank Omar here for giving me that demo. That way we can all learn from it. As I say, it's a great product. So ask us more questions. We're more than happy to answer them, you know. So let's use them on one of your Barndos. So see you guys in the next video.
See you guys.